Starr and Tyla are two prominent figures in the African entertainment scene. However, due to the results at the Grammys, there has been comparisons and a conversation about the management of Ayra Starr and why to some she is not being used to her full potential. Today we're going to take a look at both of these artists and examine exactly why Tyla is perceived to be excelling and Ayra is perceived as less than in the court of public opinion. Here's a little background in case you do not know these women, starting with Tyla. Tyla Lero Sito, aka Tyla, is a South African singer and she was born on January 30th, 2002 in Johannesburg, where she also grew up. The 22-year-old singer is colored, meaning she has Indian and Mauritian ancestry. She started writing songs at the age of 12 in her diary, which led to writing and singing more seriously as a high schooler.
Well, let me tell you a story about a girl and a boy. He fell in love with his best friend. When she's around, he feels nothing much.
While at school, she would post original songs and covers to her Instagram account and would send them to prominent figures in the industry. She was discovered by her first manager, Garth Von Glen, who organized her first recording sessions. She would go to the recording studio every weekend during her final year of high school. She signed with Epic Records in 2021 after the domestic success of her debut single, Getting Late. Tyla rose to international fame with the release of her Amapiano single, Water, which entered the top 10 in 16 countries including the US and the UK. It was everywhere on social media due to the dance, which Tyla says is inspired from Bacardi. The dance was very viral because it was very catchy. It became the first song by SA soloist to enter the US Billboard Hot 100 in 55 years. Now tell me that isn't impressive.
That's impressive. That's really good. I mean, I'm very impressed by that.
It was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best African Music Performance in 2024. I'm gonna get back to this. Just hold on. She also earned nominations for a Brit Award, a Soul Train Music Award, Mobile Award, and 2 South African Music Awards. Oyinkansola Sarah Aderibipe, famously known as Ayra Starr, was born in Cotonou, Benin on the 14th of June 2002. She grew up there and in Lagos and she is of Yoruba ethnicity. Her interest in music began at the tender age of 10, but she started a fashion career at the age of 16 with Cove Model Management before she decided to pursue music.
Mom was like, okay, if you want to do music, you have to finish school first. I was like, okay, like that. And I knew that, if I waited till I was 15, because usually a lot of people in Nigeria finish secondary school at 15, 16. That's a very normal thing. So I was like, if I waited till I was 15, I won't be able to be a teenage pop star. And I wanted to be a teenage pop star. That was key. I wanted to be a teenager when I said, like, it was very, very specific.
Similarly to Tyla, she posted covers by popular artists on Instagram. When she posted her first original song on her page in December 2019, she got the attention of the record executive of Maven's record, Don Jazzy.
We were only lovers before the love came in.
She was signed to Maven's in 2019. Ayra achieved mainstream recognition with her first hit track, Away, which spent 2 consecutive weeks at number 4 on Nigeria's Turntable Top 50 chart. It also peaked at number 17 on Billboard Top Thriller global charts. She released her album 19 and Dangerous, and the song Bloody Samaritan peaked atop the Top 50 chart, becoming the first solo song by a female artist to reach number 1. She would later receive major international recognition in 2022 with the release of her song Rush. It charted in several territories including the UK and Switzerland. It earned her first nomination at the Grammys for Best African Music Performance. Now that you've gotten a little info and a little background on both of these amazing artists, here's the question: what's with the comparison? Well, here's the answer. Tyla and Ayra are prominent female artists doing extremely well in their field. They also both make African music. Ayra and Tyla, they seem to be good friends or at least acquaintances. They even made a song together called Girl Next Door, if I'm not mistaken. But it seems the more both the South African audience saw Ayra and the more the Nigerian audience saw Tyla, the comparisons of their talent and beauty began. And this only got worse after Tyla won a Grammy for the Best African Music Performance.
Oh my, what the heck?
Remember, they were both nominated for the same spot. I understand why people seem to misunderstand that Tyla won that category. But when you look at the category itself, it says Best African Music Performance. Performance, not how good or the quality of the song, but the performance. And let's not lie, the water song was everywhere, or at least the dance was everywhere. It was all over TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. So I am not surprised that she got the Best African Music Performance.
So I'm not shocked that I won. I'm not surprised.
People would argue that Davido also deserved that category, but let's be real with ourselves. The unavailable dance was viral, but it was not as viral as Tyler's. Ever since the release of Water, Tyler has been seen everywhere, having high quality performances, which in comparison to Ayra's performances, objectively is not as good. Tyler's performances contains everything: backup dancers, lights, costume, even the stage is decorated. And I'm not saying Ayra is not talented, but it seems the budget of the record label for Ayra is lower than that of Tyla, which is none of their faults. I believe Maven's Records and Epic Records are doing their best to promote each artist. However, these are factors that contribute to the comparisons and could potentially create tension because this is how it always starts. I mean, we can use the big three as examples: Wizkid, Davido, and Burna Boy. I mean, the fans started comparing, and before you knew it, conflict ensued. I hope both artists can be a good example that female artists don't need to beef to succeed. But if they do, I won't be surprised. I mean, look at Megan and Nicki Minaj. The quality of their performances is tied to their management. Like mentioned earlier, Tyla is signed to Epic Records, which is an American record label owned by Sony Music Entertainment, a subsidiary of Sony Corporation America, while Ayra is signed to Maven's Record, which is a Nigerian corporation, and it was founded by record producer and recording artist Don Jazzy. Some opinions of their management on social media are as follows. I just think Ayra Starr's marketing team are just shit. Like, didn't she have a viral song last year? The awkward moment when Rema, who's doing relatively well in the United States and is darker than her, is on the same label, Maven's Record, who simply isn't doing enough for our favorite Ayra. Also, Maven's and Ayra's team need to wake. Tyla has insane posturing currently. By the time her album drops, she'll be considered a bigger artist than Ayra. While I do understand fans' frustration regarding Ayra's management, I would like to point out that Tyla is signed to an American label, not just any label, but a label under Sony Music Entertainment, which is second among the big three record companies. Of course, the budget is bigger for Tyla. I think our team needs to focus on getting the American audience. She's going to be on tour with Chris Brown, which I think is the move in the right direction. I do not agree that she leaves Mavens because looking at the artists that have left Mavens, none of them seem to be doing as well compared to when they were in Mavens. Mavens has a good credibility. I mean, look at Rema. They also produced great artists like The Band, Biyanya, The Prince, Wandeko, but there's a trend here. They are all male. This might be a little controversial, but I believe Tiwa Savage could have made a bigger name for herself and she had more potential. Not saying she's not big, but she is big in the African sense than mainstream and internationally. This is not to say Maven's record hates women, but that the marketing for women and men are different. I want both women to succeed at the end of the day, and it's a win for Africa, but it is frustrating when you see someone that is not used to their full potential. Apart from the management, we also have the beauty standard. Another factor to consider is colorism. Colorism is prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, typically among people of the same ethnic or racial group. Some have took to social media to voice the opinion that the reason why Ayra is not as successful in their eyes is because she's darker than Tyla. A social media user commented, "An average American that does not follow Afrobeats now know of Tyla due to colorism. Ayra Starr, Tems, Tiwa Savage are just as talented or even better, but on average, America still does not know who they are compared to Tyla because she is not dark-skinned." Out of the list of celebrities he or she mentioned, I would like to remove Tems. Everyone knows who Tems is. But the counter-argument to this user's comment would be that there are dark-skinned males in the industry that are doing well. But we all know that a man does not need to fit the beauty standard in the industry to succeed. I can think of numerous successful men in the industry, and I can only think of a handful of women that are not conventionally attractive or beautiful socially. I do believe that it is easier for the American audience to digest Tyla as she fits their beauty standard and her music seems a little more Western compared to Ayra's. But I would disagree that that is the prominent reason as to why she is successful. She's also a great performer, a great singer, and she looks beautiful. Our management team are also doing a good job, and the budget is huge on her. I think that is the reason why she's successful. When looking at the audience, Tyla has the American audience attention, which is a huge advantage. We know America is the head of entertainment. Once you're huge as an artist in America, you're huge everywhere else. The worldwide recognition Tyla has is of no surprise. On the other hand, Ayra has the African and European audience and hasn't really tapped into the American audience. Apart from the beauty standard, another reason why I feel as though Tyla appeals to the American audience is because of this aesthetic that she has. For a long time, for the Gen Zs, there's not been that Afro, and I think Tyla just personifies that. She is attractive, confident, funny, and dresses well. And not to say that Ayra is not all of those things, but for her to be recognized as a heartthrob internationally, she has to be pushed to the American audience, in my opinion. And yeah, I just think Tyla right now is that African Gen Z Afro that we've not had in a very long time. Yes, we can say Tiwa Savage, but when I say Afro, I mean a Rihanna, a Mariah Carey, a Justin Bieber, a One Direction. Now it seems Tyla is taking that spot. Yes, the Nigerian entertainment scene is also huge and has been doing well for the past couple of years, but I think in this case, when it comes to female artists, it's best that Nigerians or the Nigerian entertainment industry emulates Tyla. Both artists are beloved and cherished, and it is a win for Africa as a whole. I am frustrated and I think my frustration should be understood. However, I think it's best both artists see what they can emulate from each other. The entertainment scene is fierce and healthy competition is always good. Regardless of who becomes the female face of African music, I'll always root for them.
I don't even smoke weed, but I feel high when I'm next to you, babe. Used to be my girl, used to be my boo thing. Now I'm telling everybody you my boo thing. You my boo thing, I don't even smoke weed,